Example number 1. A simple curve connects two tangents AB and BC with bearings 85 degrees, 30 minutes northeast and 68 degrees, 30 minutes southeast respectively. If the stationing of the vertex is 4 plus 360.2 and the stationing of BC is 4 plus 288.4, determine tangent distance, radius of the curve, external distance, middle ordinate, length of chord, and lastly, the length of the curve. So, first step, we have to draw the arc. Next, i-draw natin yung tangent lines. Tangent line, another tangent line. And, diba, so based on the theory of circle, any tangent on a circle is always perpendicular to its radius. So, perpendicular to its radius. And then, draw natin yung long chord from this one to this one. And, draw tayo ng straight line from the center of the circle to the point of intersection. So, ito yung point of curvature, point of tangency, point of intersection, radius, yung radius, then the tangent distance, the external distance, the middle ordinate, the half of the long chord, and the half of the long chord. And also, the angle of intersection. The same with the central angle. And this is the I over 2. So first, so dito also sa problem, so hinati niya sa tatlo. So meron point A, point B, and point C. Ayan. So, sabi niya dito sa problem na yung tangents AB, meron siyang bearing na 85 degrees and 30 minutes northeast. Ayan. So, 85 degrees and 30 minutes northeast. So, if this is the bearing of AB, if this is 85 degrees and 30 minutes, this one, should also be 85 degrees and 30 minutes. And given also yung bearing ni BC, which is 68 degrees and 30 minutes southeast. So, if we add these two, magiging, so 85 degrees and 30 minutes plus 68 degrees and 30 minutes, magiging 154 degrees. So, diba? So, from here to here, meron yung angle na 180 degrees since straight line siya. So, if this is 180 degrees and this is 154 degrees, therefore, the angle of intersection I is equals to 26 degrees and 0 minutes, or simply 26 degrees. So, if this is 26 degrees, the central angle must also be 26 degrees. So, ang kalahati nito, yung I over 2 is 13 degrees. Ito naman, 13 degrees. And also, this one is 13 degrees. So, given also yung stationing ni PC and the vertex. Ano nga yung si vertex? Diba si vertex is the point of intersection, also known as the vertex. So, stationing vertex is 4 plus, station 4 plus 360.2. And the stationing of PC is 4 plus 288.4. So first, so given the station of PI and PC, pwede natin makuha agad-agad yung tangent distance. So, diba, sa tangent distance is simply the station of PI minus the station of PC, tama? I-subtract lang natin yung PC mula dito kay PI. So, station of tangent T or the tangent distance t is equals to the station of the PI minus the station of PC, or 4,360.2 meters minus 4,288.4. The tangent t is equals to, or distance of the tangent is equals to 71.8 meters. So yan lang, kasimple yung pagkuha ng tangent distance. So depende siya sa given. So luckily, binigay yung station ni PI and station ni PC. And directly, makuha natin yung length ng ating tangent distance. Next, we have to determine the radius of the curve. So, paano natin makuha si radius ng curve? Given na yung central angle natin at saka nakuha na natin si tangent distance t. So, we can consider triangle A, B, and dito sa center of the circle. Tama? So, if we are going to consider this triangle, ito, ayan. So, meron tayo dyang right triangle. Tama? So, if this is right triangle, yung adjacent side natin, itong si R, and yung magiging opposite side natin, itong si T. And our hypotenuse is from the center of the circle to the point of intersection. So, paano natin makukuha yung radius given si tangent T, tama? So, given si tangent T and given yung central angle. So, if this is 26 degrees, ibig sabihin yung angle dito is 13 degrees kasi half lang siya ng central angle. Tama? So, we can use what trigonometric function? We can use the tangent function. Tama? We can use the tangent function, which is opposite divided by the adjacent. Since ang opposite side, which is t, is already known. Tama? So therefore, the tangent of I over 2, the tangent of I over 2 is equals to the opposite t divided by the adjacent r. Or tangent of 13 degrees kasi kalahati nitong 26 degrees, tama? Si I over 2. So, tangent of 13 degrees equals to the tangent t, which is 71.8, divided by the radius. So, therefore, the radius of the curve is equals to 311 meters. Ayan, meron na tayong tangent distance and meron na tayong radius of the curve. Next, number 3, we have to determine the external distance. So, its external distance is from the point, the distance from the point of intersection to the midpoint of the curve. Tama? Ito. So, paano natin siya makukuha? So, we can use also, so paano? So, we can use, again, this triangle. Correct? So, we can use this triangle. Itong si AB and from A to B and to the center of the circle. Ito, magkaroon tayo ulit ng bagong right triangle. Again, yung adjacent side natin is R and the opposite side is T. So, based dito sa triangle, di ba? So, the distance from the center of the circle to this point, to the midpoint of the curve, is simply the radius, tama? So, if this is the radius, this one also is the radius. So, therefore, our hypotenuse here is the radius plus the external distance. Tama? Tama? Intindihan niyo? Ito, from dito, ayan, yung triangle A, B, at saka yung, kunyari, point O yan dyan. So, yung adjacent side natin is R, yung opposite side is T, and yung hypotenuse natin is R plus E. Tama? R plus E. So, we can use what? We can use the cosine function, and we can also use the sine function. So, try natin gamitin si cosine function. Diba? Cosine function is adjacent over the hypotenuse. So, therefore, cosine of I over 2, ito, cosine of I over 2 is equals to the adjacent side, R, divided by the hypotenuse. Ano si hypotenuse? R plus E. Diba? R plus E. Or, the cosine of 13 degrees is equals to, given si radius R, ito, 311, divided by 311R plus E. So, therefore, the external distance is equals to 8.18 meters. So this time, medyo madali na yung pag-solve ng value, diba? Kasi meron na tayong calculator technique, meron na shift solve. So masasolve natin agad yung unknown na value. Ayan, meron na tayong tangent distance, meron na tayong radius of the curve, and meron na tayong external distance. Then number 4, we are going to determine the middle ordinate. Kanina hinahanap si E, ngayon hinahanap naman natin si M. Tama? So, paano natin mahanap si M? So, given, meron naman known naman si T, known na si R, tsaka known si E. So, pwede nating magamit itong right triangle A, B, tsaka yung midpoint ng length of chord. Tama? Itong right triangle na yan. Para makuha natin si M. Kasi given naman si T, given na si E. Tama? And meron na tayong I over 2. However, unknown pa si L over 2 natin, which is our adjacent. But, we can use the sine function para makuha natin si M. Tama? So, using sine function, so sine of I over 2 is equals to the opposite, E plus M, divided by the hypotenuse, which is T. Ayan. Or, sine of 13 degrees equals to E, E which is 8.18 meters, plus the middle ordinate, divided by the tangent distance, which is 71.8 meters. Then, we will obtain the value of M, which is equals to 7.97 meters. So, middle ordinate natin ngayon is equals to 7.97 meters. Ayan. Then, meron na tayong middle ordinate. Then, next, we are going to determine the length of chord. Diba? The length of chord is the distance from the PC to PT. Ito. For distance from PC to PT. So, makukuha natin si L. Tama? Si L yung hinahanap natin. So, paano natin mahanap si L? We can use this triangle. Or we can use also this triangle. Maraming way para makuha natin si L. So, for example, ito yung gagamitin natin. Ito, yung si PC, yung midpoint ng itong triangle na to, ito. Ayan. So, pwede natin makukuha si L. We can use the sine function. The opposite over the hypotenuse. Where our opposite is L over 2 and the hypotenuse is R. So, using sine function, sine I over 2 is equals to the opposite L over 2 divided by R. Or, the sine of 13 degrees is equals to L over 2 divided by the radius, which is 311 meters. Then, makukuha natin agad yung value ni length of chord, which is equal to 139.92 meters. So, meron na tayong length of chord. Also, pwede din natin magamit itong triangle na ito, itong si A, B, tsaka yung midpoint ng chord, di ba? We can use cosine function, or the cosine of I over 2 equals to the adjacent, which is L over 2 divided by the tangent. So, makuha din natin si 139.92. So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na hindi nyo na kailangan mag-memorize ng formula as long as marunong kayong mag-plot or mag-draw nitong illustration and alam nyo yung elements niya, ma-derive nyo yung formula while solving the problem. Meron na tayong length of chord. And lastly, we have to determine the length of curve. Sobrang dali lang, di ba? Paano natin makuha yung length of curve? Given naman si R, tsaka given yung central angle natin, di ba? length of chord, or yung S kanina, or length of curve, is equals to R times theta, where theta must be in radians per seconds, tama? Where theta must be in radians per second, or yung central angle. So therefore, LC is equals to pi RI over 180 degrees, yung sa length of curve na na-discuss natin from the previous video. So, substitute dito sa formula. So, length of curve is pi times 311 yung radius, then the yung central angle na 26 degrees divided by 180 degrees. And therefore, the length of curve is equals to 141.13 meters. Ito. So, therefore, si length of curve, ayan, is 141.13 meters. Ito, yung length ng curve. So, for example, itinanong sa inyo yung stationing ni PC. Diba? So, paano natin malalaman yung station ni PC? Ni PT pala, ni point of tangency. So, station ni PC, ito, station ni PC na 4 plus 288.4, add lang natin yung length of curve, di ba? Kasi ito man yung daanan natin, ito yung road natin, yung si A to C. So, yung station ni PT ngayon is simply 4 plus 288.4 plus 141.13. So, yun yung magiging stationing ni PT. Ayan. So, meron na tayong length of curve. So, nakuha na natin yung hinahanap na elements.